But let's bring on board Aditya Arora as well. Aditya, very good afternoon, and let's talk about jewelry retailers, right? Senco surely glittering away in trade, but in the jewelry retail pack, what is looking attractive to you on the charts and technicals? Would you go for something like a Senco Gold, RBZ Jewelers in terms of a recent, listing that we've seen, or would you stick to Titan or a Kalyan Jewelers?
Very good noon, Vinny. I think Senco Gold looks absolutely good since the listing at about 350 odd levels. The stock has scaled to new highs of 960. I think it's very fantastic. The patterns are very good, and it is outperforming markets by a very wide margin. Whether you talk about indices like Nifty, Bank Nifty, or whether you compare it to other pairs like Titan, it's doing pretty well. I think good institutional interest is present as I can see on the charts. So I think one can go with Senco Gold itself, and one can buy at 936.80. Stop loss must be 940. A stop loss must be 840, and target would be 1000 to 1100. So the view is overall bullish, and I think it could be accumulated in all dips.
So, of course, gold is one metal which is glittering, but the other metals itself are also shining away in the trading session. Aditya, what's your view on the metals pack? Because I think for 4 weeks on the trot, that index has been doing quite well. Is there any cool off which is expected, or this rally is expected to continue?
Anisha, I think there's more. This kind of setup is adding more fuel to the fire, and I think cool off is less likely. Although we have seen dollar index shoot up significantly in last 2 to 3 days, still metal counters are looking very strong on the chart. So means there's intrinsic buying interest and aggressive buying interest present in these all the steel counters, metal counters. So I think the metal index is trading at 9,002 odd levels. I think still it's a buy. Stop loss must be maintained at 8,600, and the upside which I see is 9,500 to 9,600. This is the view on the index. I think the components also look pretty strong. A lot of steel counters are today plus 3 to 4%. And one more positive news for metal space is that internationally today we have seen aluminium shoot up 7%. So environment is pretty good for metal space, and I'm very bullish on it.
Very bullish on the metals pack. But Aditya, thanks so much for waiting by patiently. Appreciate your time. But want to begin by asking you about Vodafone itself. What's the view? Because it's been a trader favorite. Is this something that you would still recommend people to trade into?
So I would start with a disclaimer that we had recommended this stock on Friday itself. Uh, so uh, so I think the view on the chart is pretty bullish. I think stock is touching the lower band, and the stock has been trading in a range since a while. So the lower end of the range is about 12 or so. So I think at this point it's a good buy. Risk reward is favorable for traders. So I think one can buy this stock at 13.15. Stop loss must be 11.50, and target would be 14.5 to 15.50.
Word coming in. What's the view on Thermax and ONGC? Seeing quite a bit of breakout today, one would say.
Sure, absolutely. I think there was a buy on ONGC also today by certain brokerage houses. I think, and the dynamics of crude oil and oil space is changing very dynamically given the geopolitical tension. I think ONGC is a great buy at 280. Stop loss must be 265, and target would be 295 to 320. And second one, Thermax. I think capital infrastructure is pretty good, and these stocks are also displaying that kind of a strength. So Thermax, trend of Thermax is also pretty positive. One must maintain bullish outlook on this stock, and one should turn bearish only if levels of 4,400 are breached.
Aditya, we've not spoken about the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, right, yet. What's the view on that? What are the levels that we should keep an eye out on? Seems like today the Nifty is also, not managing to across the 22,400 comfortably. Is that some level that we should keep an eye out on over there?
I think the data points on index level are pretty confusing because a lot of geopolitical, news flow is coming in. Because of that, trend is getting distorted every now and then. 2 days back, institution had bullish, buy buy figures in index future space, and yesterday they had good sell figure. So right now the trend seems pretty bearish on Nifty and Bank Nifty side, but I think they are trading at very good important support levels, so that is positive. So we have a mix of positives and negatives. In this case, I would like to be bullish on the market. Only certain breakout levels come. So for Bank Nifty, that level would be 49,000. Once we trade above 49,000, then I would like to be bullish, although it would be expensive, but that would be a good trade because we would be, shrugging off all the negative news. And on Nifty front, I think one should maintain bullish bias only about 22,850.
Right, Aditya. Thank you so much, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now and giving us an understanding in terms of what we should be expecting from the market as well. Quickly, just looking at the markets, we don't have anything much exciting happening in the Nifty media, IT, PSUs, all a bit subdued. But I think on that note, we're just going to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more updates after the break.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.